How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Metashooter. Now this is a project I've been wanting to cover for a very long while. We're going to look at the investment opportunities. What can you gain from Metashooter? Can you make big profits investing into this project? And we're going to do a complete review of Metashooter. What is it all about? How can you get into it? What are the NFTs? How does the game work, etc. So first part, complete review. Second part, price prediction. Let's get into this. Alright everybody, thank you so much for joining me again today. Really do appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're nearly at the 800 subscribers. Would really appreciate the help. And for now, also understand I'm not a financial advisor. Everything here is for educational purposes only and for entertainment. It is not advice. Perform your own due diligence. All right, let's get started. So let's look at some footage while I talk. Metashooter is an open world hunting game where you will be able to purchase your own land and hunt animals while they free roam in the world. Now there are a variety of different game modes. You see here a game mode which is the challenge mode, where you will have different targets to shoot as quick as possible, kind of an FPS shooter style. And then you will also have the open world mode where you will have to choose your weapon, hunt animals, and earn rewards. Now it is a very in-depth game, so you really have to take into account what animals do you shoot, what weapons do you use, where do you hit the animal, where do you have to go to see certain animals, etc. If you kill the wrong animal, you'll get penalized. If you use too many bullets, the meat goes bad. So they really do think about everything. It kind of reminds me of Long Dark. It's really kind of a survival game, but of course with the play to earn elements and NFT integrations, which makes Metashooter so unique. Over on the website, we can see that their coin is available on a number of exchanges. Some big ones, some smaller ones. We have Mexi, Global, and Gate.io, which are arguably the larger exchanges that Metashooter is currently available in. We also have some smaller ones such as ApeSwap, CherrySwap, PancakeSwap, of course very big, and QuickSwap, a bit of a tinier one, but definitely a good amount of exchanges where you can go to and purchase the Metashooter token, which by the way is called mHunt. Now the mHunt token has been on the market for a tiny little bit, right? Not very long. Their TGE was earlier in 2022. It was around the fourth month of 2022. And the TGE wasn't as successful. If we look over at CryptoRank, we can see that the all-time high was a roughly 2.5x, but right now it is a 0.27x down from its original TGE price. It was, however, featured on a number of pretty significant launchpads, such as the BSC pad, GameZone, and Gate.io startup. We also had Babylon's and Paid Network Starter, it's a smaller one, and Communitas. Now, Communitas, of course, and Starter doing a much smaller raise, but as you can see, the bigger launchpads doing quite significant raises of roughly 300k. Now, the vesting schedules only saw a release of 10% at the TGE, meaning that most of these investors did lose most of their tokens and money and didn't make any profits. I mean, their 10% of tokens made a 10x, but for the rest, right, we're seeing just very bad returns overall, which is, it's okay, especially if you're planning on holding your tokens long term and getting back and selling these tokens on a longer scale. That could be a tactic, but in the short run, definitely not any significant gains made over there. Now, enough about the token for just now. Let's go back to the project for just a little while longer and see what has Metashooter to offer us. We see here, feel like a hunter, customize, use various equipment options to become stronger and exceptional. Hunt to earn, receive tokens rewards by completing trophy collections or hunting rare animals. There will be an open world, utilize your equipment to its full potential, travel across vast hunting areas to find your trophy, and expand business. purchase hunting lands, breed NFT dogs, build towers, and grow your passive income. So there is loads to do in Metashooter and lots of earning potential as well. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably watching from an investor's point of view, so you're not very interested in buying a plot of land and hunting animals, but you do need to understand what this game is all about in order to make a successful investment into Metashooter. So this is basically what you'll be able to do in the game. Now, like I said before, there will be different game modes as well that have nothing to do with hunting, but are more so shooting to keep a bigger player base entertained also. There's already an alpha version open to the public. As you can see, you can download the game. Now keep in mind, this is by no means the final version of the game. Lots of development will still be done before that one will be there, but there is already a playable version. Here are some tutorials: how to start, how to earn, and how to play the alpha version. How to earn is quite interesting. Be a hunter, buy various equipments to hunt animals. Depending on animal rarity, receive token rewards per hunted animal. So again, find these trophies, kill these animals, and achieve these achievements, and you'll earn tokens for that. With these tokens, you'll be able to do a variety of things, but they also have actual value, so you can always just sell your tokens and make a profit, which is play to earn in a nutshell. All right, so here we see some of the NFTs. Experience Metashooter with NFT assets, so you can have cars, rifles, suits, skins, cars, and I believe also dogs. You can click on explore all NFTs and it will bring you to the white paper, and from here you will look at the NFTs, which we're going to do in just a tiny second. Let's see if there's anything else on the website. Here's an upgrade, next generation equipment marketplace. You'll be able to customize your weapons. You can add, for instance, a suppressor, so you're more silent when you're shooting in the forest. There will be ultra scopes, long range, short range, etc. So lots of customizations to do, which makes the game much more in-depth, which is obviously making it more long and evergreen. People can deep dive into this game much more and be entertained much longer, which gives more utility to the token. Over here, the complex dynamics, realistic animal behavior. We, for instance, have the brown bear, the red fox, and the hog. So monetize your trophies, hundreds of different animal species. So what they say is that the animals actually act like how they would act in the real world. So a fox isn't going to attack a human because they're scared of humans, and a bear should theoretically be aggressive, but only if it has cubs or when you enter their territory or eat their food or whatever, right? So there will probably be hostile enemies, and there will also be deers that might get spooked very easily, etc. So the world is very alive, and with so many different species and guns and specifications on your guns, there is a lot to learn. There will probably be a big learning curve in this game, which again makes the longevity of the game increase, which is good. We prefer to have people play 20 hours of this game than 1 hour of this game, because again, it boosts the utility of the token. Here you have the dogs. Expand your hunting capabilities with NFT dogs. Use their sense to track down your trophies. Breed NFT dogs and sell them to other hunters. So whether you want to use these dogs or sell them back to other players on the marketplace for a profit is your call. I think that's really great. And having a little buddy with you doing the hunting is quite cool as well. Here we have the towers. Be undetectable, increase shooting range, and visibility. So you can buy these towers so you can basically hunt a little bit better. You can upgrade them and build new ones, breed dogs, and vast free roam hunting metaverse. All right, and you can buy pieces of land as well, where you can then hunt, unlock new animals, more animals, and just increase your hunting spaces. Really cool. I really like this. You can discover it on Steam, GameFi, and Chainplay. Steam obviously being the biggest one here with a huge audience. So the fact that they are listed on Steam is going to give this a player-based boost. I know for a fact that hunting games are very in demand and there's not really much competition. I know that there's 1 or 2 big hunting games out there, but again, they're much different than Metahunter. because Metashooter, sorry, Metahunter. But they're much different from Metashooter because they don't have the NFT and play to earn elements integrated into the game. So yes, they have competition. On the other hand, they're much different from this game as well. All right, enough about all this. Let's take a quick look at the team and then move over to the white paper and then the price prediction for the token. So we see here, not really, we see artwork, but we do have a doxed LinkedIn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so we do have a doxed LinkedIn. So the team is doxed, but they did decide to go for artwork over on their website. That's fine. Yeah, this looks like a very legit LinkedIn. He has prior experience, especially good relevant experience as co-founder and crypto project consultant. He has a bunch of endorsements and of course 271 connections. Rokas Einikin, so I don't really know where that name is from. Let me know if you guys know. I definitely don't think this looks very American. These type of things feel Turkish. I believe those are Turkish names. I'm not really sure though, but virtually their entire team is doxed, which is a huge green flag, and it definitely shows some professionalism to this project. All right, you guys, let's move over to the roadmap. Roadmaps are incredibly important to find out how much the team has been doing and to find out what the upcoming investment opportunities are. Are there going to be peaks in the token price? Are there opportunities to buy in? When is the game going to be fully finished? Updates, etc. You're going to find it here. So let's dive into this real quick. Quarter 1, quarter 2 of 2022. This is highlighted, so I assume that they're still finishing up quarter 1 and quarter 2, despite that we're already in quarter 3. So there might be a bit of delay. Regardless, though, as you can see here, they did take off 1/2 things in quarter 3 already. So they just finished quarter 1, quarter 2, and they're working on quarter 3. So that is, I guess, on schedule. Last quarters, they did the token sale and the seed round, the gameplay teasers, the game alpha version released, the M-Hunt token sale public round, the Hunter's dashboard was introduced, the M-Hunt tokens staking launch, the RNG and AI technology implementation, and the cross-chain development. Very eventful and fruitful 2 quarters for Metashooter there. Then in quarter 3, there will be a wallet and smart contract implementation into the game, which is crucial, and apparently they already did that, so kudos to that. There will be an NFT sale. This is currently in progress. And for the rest, we can expect a first Metashooter land sale this quarter, which is a huge opportunity, of course, and will probably bring a significant amount of hype to this project, not even mentioning the fact that you'll be able to buy these lands, which is an opportunity in and of itself. There will be mobile game development, so they will not finish a mobile game version, but they will start it. And I am always quite bullish on mobile. I think it introduces a lot of more casual gamers into the market, and there's not really any play to earn very, very big on the Play stores yet. So I think that is a big opportunity there. So I'm pretty bullish on this. And there will be a game demo version release. So more gameplay to the public in quarter 3. Very bullish on everything there. In the future, there will be full map development, Metashooter tournaments launch, esport events, DAO voting, mobile game launch, and the second Metashooter land sale. Quarter 1 to 3, that's basically most of 2023. The full game launch will be expected. The online game development, multiplayer development, third Metashooter land sale, the VR mode development, VR trophy gallery, Microsoft Mesh adoption, connection with similar projects, and adding new game modes. So there is a lot on the planning, really bullish stuff coming up. Of course, the mobile game and the full game release, very exciting. Keep that in mind because when that happens, that will have investment opportunities for who is interested. And of course, you will then be able to play the game. For the gamers who are watching, that is of course very nice too. Multiplayer is huge. Nowadays, multiplayer is just something that most games are expected to have. So is cross-chain. So they're really going after the most important things. And looking at the races that they did with the TGE, it looks like they have quite some funds to keep this going for a while. I mean, there's more than, roughly $1 million that has been raised. So that should keep Metashooter floating for a little while. Now, of course, hopefully by the time that 2023 hits, the bearish sentiment will be largely over and there will be more money that can flow into Metashooter so that they can continue to develop, because the multiplayer will be huge and it will bring this game to new heights, I'm sure of it. All right, you guys, let's move over to the white paper. So the white paper is massive. It's largely regarding the NFTs and the gameplay, but they also have some interesting investment information in this white paper. I prefer white papers to be PDF. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. It feels more like a light paper, but it's absolutely fine. It's readable. So I went over this before the camera and I feel like there's a bit too much text, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to filter it for you guys, so we're only going to be talking about the most important stuff. So let's quickly read their introduction. Sometimes players forget that all the Metashooter ecosystem is based on NFTs. The current alpha version doesn't require that. The Metashooter team wants to introduce the community to hunting and let them test it. The alpha version will be available for a limited time, and all NFTs will be needed, beginning with the beta version. In Metashooter, NFTs are everything. The license to play the game is NFT, as are the tournament tickets. These things are your only gateway to enjoying the game. But then comes the second question, with what to play. In order to enjoy hunting, competitions, and missions and get rewards, you need to have equipment to play with. So this is a completely NFT-based ecosystem, from getting into the game to growing in the game to becoming the best in the game and getting the full experience. You're going to need to buy NFTs. Now, normally I can hear people screaming, pay to earn, garbage, but keep in mind that yes, you have to play to get into the game, and you have to pay to progress in the game, and you have to pay to become the best in the game, but you will also earn money while playing the game. So let's pick World of Warcraft as a quick example. You pay a monthly fee to even be able to play the game, and we haven't even talked about the in-game store yet. Now, what Metashooter does at least is, yes, you have to pay to get into the game because the developers need money, but you will also be able to earn. So I feel like it's a much more fair deal for gamers, and from an investment point of view, it is going to allow the team to keep getting funds, and these funds are necessary for these developers to continue working on the game and making it better. So I feel like this is a good combination between what is best for the gamers and what is best for the team, and basically just required financial wise. You cannot make this play to earn and free to play and just hope that you get these funds somewhere. Money doesn't grow on trees. It has to come from somewhere, and I feel like this is the most fair way to do it. So that was the introduction. They have a little Vimeo video here, some gameplay, some graphics here, right? This is a loot crate, for instance. Overall, the graphics, by the way, absolutely stunning. And here you can see a little bit of the ecosystem, super advanced, like loads of functions you can see over here, right? This is the Hunter ecosystem, which is all based mostly on the mHunt token. With that, you can buy the tournament ticket, which is an NFT. And with that, you will be able to buy the hunting equipment, participation, prize fund collection, etc. With this, you will also be able, with the token, you will also be able to buy the season pass, which will then include all of this. So when we said just now, hey, this game is based on NFTs, what it actually is based on is the mHunt token. And with the mHunt token, you'll be able to buy the NFTs, which will then unlock the game for you. Very clever ecosystem, and a lot of play-to-earn games have NFTs, but the ecosystem isn't really built around the NFTs. They're kind of just there. Metashooter really does take a different approach, and for that matter, an approach that I really like. I think it's a good approach. All right, moving forward over here, we see more of the ecosystem. This is the resource ecosystem. So hunting resources, stamina, vehicle range, baits, guns, and animal trophies. It goes really deep, and the gameplay loop is definitely quite strong here. Then we have more gameplay mechanics, right? Item and utilities. Just saying that there's various amounts of NFTs with various utilities in game, yada yada, we know that. Then there's the Alpha Invitation Key. Metashooter Alpha Key is an exclusive NFT which will allow holders to access an even more exclusive Metashooter Alpha version of the game. So when they said everything is based on NFTs, they were not lying, guys. You even need to get this key, which is an NFT, to get into the hyper exclusive alpha. So they're not lying. This is all based exclusively and solely on NFTs. All right, you guys, let's move over to the lands. I think that's most interesting, really. So as you can see, this is the map, and whitelist for lands. Look how small like a piece of land is, right? So this map is absolutely huge. You will have regular land, breeding land, and hunting towers. The regular land, each land region consists of 60 accurately separated different tiers of lands. 600 spots will be available. Breeding lands will have 2 different tiers of breeding lands located in one industrial unit with 200 spots available. And all of the white dots are going to be hunting towers. Now, as you can see, 1,000 meters here. The total area will be 50 square kilometers. So that is a big map. If you're just casually strolling through it, it will take you a very long time to get to the other side. There will be hundreds of animal species in here. Lots of land, right? This is 800 spots in total, and at least a couple dozen, probably more than 100 watchtowers scattered across the land. There will be a mixture between water, ocean, mountain areas, forest, grasslands, etc. We have a couple of islands here, which might be an interesting element to the game. So I really like the map, how it looks, and mostly I really like the fact that it's very large, respectively, right? Looking over here, we see the NFT lands. So the regular NFT lands, there's about 150 there. Sizes are going to be much smaller, and the floor price will be about 5k USD. So these things are very expensive. So my question would be, what is the biggest benefit or the biggest utility of having one of these lands? Now I assume that they would put that on here, but they didn't have an explanation for that. Again, I assume that it is somewhat like passive income. Everything that happens on your land will get you a part of it. That's what I assume. But for these type of prices, I would really like an in-depth explanation as to what it is. Now, the land whitelist will give you an opportunity to get the most valuable item in Metashooter ecosystem, which is land. There are only 1,000 limited land areas available across Metashooter open world map, all of which are meticulously crafted with land. Players will be capable of developing businesses throughout the metaverse, such as owning a hunter house, displaying your trophies, providing stamina, storage, monetizing hunting towers, breed a variety of NFT dogs, and much more. So land is very expensive, but for a good reason. And then, of course, you will have different tiers in land. So you will also have the legendary lands, which will be vastly more expensive, right? As you can see over here, the floor prices here. These are smaller lands, so these prices are actually more affordable here. But yeah, definitely different ranges of land as well. Very valuable stuff over here, right? So you will have breeding lands, which will mostly be used for breeding dogs, which will be NFTs, right? So if you have a land, you can breed dogs, you can sell the dogs, or you can use them yourself to hunt better and earn more money. So regardless of how you put it, these lands, there's only X amount of them. So if you have one and Metashooter goes wild and it is an amazingly successful project, then automatically you made profits, right? Not just because you earn passive income by holding a land and it's really cool and awesome, but if the game gets really big and the amount of people interested in the game increases, but the lands have already been sold and you are an owner of one of these lands, then the price will go up because supply and demand, that's how that works. So with the land sales coming up, if you're very interested in Metashooter and you want to be an early investor, land is for sure one of the most important investment opportunities here. Keep in mind there will be 3 land sales overall. One, I think 2 of them this year and 1 in Q3 of 2023 or somewhere else in 2023. So in any case, 3 sales will eventually happen to sell these lands. Now, of course, there will be other NFTs as well, such as guns. Also a very important component of this game. also here you will have different forms of rarity and you'll be able to customize your guns. Now, these guns can be sold on the marketplace as an NFT, or you can use them in-game to hunt animals and get trophies and earn income through that way. There will be a variety of guns such as rifles, shotguns, pistols. There will even be a bow and arrow, crossbow, and a knife. The guns will have skins. So, I mean, this is any shooter game really, right? You can get these skins, you can buy them on the marketplace with the tokens to make your skins look better. Keep in mind, these are also NFTs, so if you get your hands on one of these NFTs, price increases, you could also flip them. So it's always multifunctional. You can either get the NFT and use them, or you can get the NFT from an investment point of view and use it. Okay, and you will also be able to, of course, do the same thing with vehicles, hunter's appearance, so that's skin for the hunters, right? Cool clothing, pants, etc. And additional hunting equipment, which will be, for instance, a bait bag, a binocular. Wow, that's really huge, by the way, to have a binocular. Color pack, bullet pack, and I'm sure new things will be added soon as well. There'll be a prime mystery box, and the NFT animals will be there also. In this screenshot, we see a collection of some of the animals in this game, right? We see bears, foxes, ducks. We have a regular goats and bunnies and wolves, deers, and I think there's going to be much more as well. Mule deer, wolf, duck, rabbit. Full list will be added soon, right? So not only are there more animals there right now that just haven't been listed, but as the game progresses, new animals will surely be introduced as well. So that's the conclusion of it. Really, Metashooter, we now have a very in-depth understanding of just what it is. We didn't see the tokenomics just yet. Those are over here. So let's go over those real quick before moving over to the price prediction. So the seed private was 20% of the supply sold. That was over 19 million tokens at a price of 0.085. Public sale had a 10% raise, which is rather large. And then the public sale IEO had a 1.5% raise. Now, as you can see, there's quite a large difference between the amounts of these, right? So the seed and private bought the tokens for 0.85, but even they made losses over here. But the public sale IEO bought for 17 cents. So they are not happy. Liquidity is 15.8%. Which is quite a good amount of liquidity. And I think you can see that over here at the 7-day chart. The liquidity is very strong on this token, apart from a couple of spikes here and there. So pretty strong liquidity there. Team and advisors are only taking 10.5%, which is on average quite low. The marketing, oh, by the way, especially because this is not just the team, right? Most teams take about 15% for just the team. This is 10.5% for the team and the advisors. Keep that in mind. Then we have the marketing ecosystem, 42.1%, and the total, of course, 100. Here we have a little graph for everybody who likes the graphs for the tokenomics. So yeah, that's about it. So let's look at the price. We have a lot to go over, you guys. What is going to happen with the Metashooter price, and where are the investment opportunities now that we have reviewed the whole project? Now, you guys, like I said in my review, arguably one of the biggest opportunities is the land sale. Now, to get your hands on one of these lands, you're gonna need the token, and right now it is at an all-time low. So buying this token in anticipation to buying these lands is one strategy. Now, these lands, I'm very bullish on them because there's only an X amount of it. So once you get your hands on a rare piece of land and Metashooter does become very popular, you have a one in 1,000 piece of land, and supply and demand will drive the price of that land way up. And if you own it with tokens bought at this all-time low, then you can easily flip some great profits. Not to mention that you will be able to earn passive income with one of these lands. So that is easily one of the biggest opportunities. Now, the first land sale is actually coming in this quarter of 2022, but there will be 2 more sales coming up after the fact. So I would easily argue that that is the biggest opportunity in the near future for Metashooter. Keep in mind, however, that over on their website, we could see the roadmap, which indicated that the full game launch will be somewhere in 2023, which I deem to be the second opportunity for this game. The second opportunity will be, when the whole game releases, there will be lots of hype, far more token utility. By that point, the first land sale will have already been done. And as you can see, all of these points will already have been done. So the game will be much more done, and the full game release will bring so much hype. So that would be the second opportunity. Buy when the token price is very low and sell when the hype of the anticipation of the game release comes, and make a great flip. Now again, before we continue, none of this is financial advice, right? It's educational purposes only, entertainment only. But what I want to show you guys is that this market cap is below 600K. Even the fully diluted market cap is only 3.2 million, which shows that there is a massive potential for growth, especially because the foundation of Metashooter is so strong. It's such a great game, fully doxed team, such a good ecosystem, strong white paper. So the potential is there. The money is there for the team to continue developing, and the market cap is really small. So once they're a bit further in development and market conditions better, this game could absolutely blow up, despite the fact that the TGE wasn't so great. And another thing I would like to show is that there is a really large trading volume. So, and again, that's relatively speaking, right? Because for a 565,000 market cap, nearly $1 million of volume is a lot. Keep in mind that roughly $1 million are being traded every day, but the market cap is only 565K. So there's so much hype, there's such a backbone to this community, so many interested parties, investors, and token holders, but the market cap is really low. So we're really waiting for this game to be more finalized, for the full game to be released and market conditions to better, and the Metashooter could absolutely blow up. And I mean seriously. Now, you guys are asking me, so how big could the price potentially get at its all-time high? Well, I am quite bullish on this project, as you guys are well aware. So I'm probably going to say higher than it will actually reach. But if you ask me, it will definitely go above its original TGE price, which was around 20 cents. I think $1 or $3 is totally possible, perhaps even much more than that, perhaps even $5 if the market conditions are right, if the team continues to develop, and if there is enough hype during game launch. Now we're talking about the all-time high, and we're talking about me, who is very, very bullish on this project, so I might be ways off. Now I do want to point out that that's not going to happen anytime soon, right? The land sale is going to come up and it's going to bump the token somewhat, yes, but the full game release won't be until next year. And I'm quite bearish on the overall crypto market, so I won't be surprised if the overall trend continues to be downward for months on end. Metashooter will certainly continue to devaluate in price for quite a while, and I don't even think this is the all-time low. I think we have much better opportunities to buy later down the line, and I'm not going to buy my tokens just yet. I think in a couple of months, the token will easily have lost another 20-30% to where it is right now. So yeah, you can make a quick flip with the upcoming land sale, but the biggest opportunity will be later down the line, and the lowest point of the token is likely still yet to come, with such a bleak outlook on the overall crypto market we see. Now, as for the holders, almost 5,000 addresses are holding the token, which again, respectively relevant to the total market cap, is above average. And we're actually seeing some pretty big holders as well. Obviously, these are contractual, but over here, these wallets are holding multiple thousands of dollars worth of this token, which is quite significant. Now, going over to their Twitter, we can see that they have over 100,000 followers. They're followed by the community Taz Launchpad, and they're posting quite some updates regularly with a lot of community engagement. So I stick to what I said in my price prediction. I am quite bullish on this project. A lot of cool things can happen, and I would definitely put it over on your watch list. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining in again today. I really do appreciate that. I hope I gave you guys all the information you needed regarding Metashooter. Do you agree with my price prediction or not? Let me know. I'm really excited to hear about you guys. And with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for joining in again. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.